Nothing Gary can do but watch and hope. Is it a marker? Yes, it is! It's the biggest moment in his career! This is sheer quality. Oh, hello, he's here! Chisnell has knocked out the king of darts. Ballistic brilliance by the power. What a great display of darts. Cop hold of that, he's saying. Gorge yourself on gourmet darts.
Friday night is party night in Blackpool. We have a real treat for you. Two fascinating quarter-finals, a wonderful atmosphere at the historic Winter Gardens. Day 7 of the 2015 Bet Victor World Matchplay features some of the biggest names in the world game. 2007 champion James Wade takes on the giant killer, Austrian ace Suljovic, the man who knocked out world champion Gary Anderson and former finalist Terry Jenkins. And then reigning champion Phil Taylor faces Dave Chisnell. Chizzy's record is good against the power. He's won 2 of their last 3 meetings. Hi there, good evening. Tonight a chance to see the 2 most successful players in the history of this event. 5-time finalist James Wade and 15-time champion Phil the Power Taylor. Can they remain on a collision course to meet in the semi-finals? Alongside Mary Bristow and Wayne Mardle. Will they, Wayne?
I think they'll both win, yes. I'm a bit more dubious about Phil beating Dave Chisnell. I think James will win. Dave has got the game, he's proven it time and time again. He's beat Phil in the World Championships, and in the Grand Slam final he running close. Dave's getting better. Davey's getting better as a dart player. He hasn't played particularly great in this event so far, but neither has Phil Taylor.
Yeah, you've spotted weaknesses in Taylor's game at the moment, Eric.
He's scoring okay. He's hitting a lot more 180s than he normally does, but his doubles, he's missing them, and he's missing them by a long way. He's not. You don't mind missing doubles if you're clipping the wire all the time. You feel good, but he's missing them by a good way, so he's got to improve that, because Chisnell's going to power score him. Chisnell's going to hit 180s for fun once he gets in the zone, and so Chisnell's got to hit these doubles straight away as well. Phil's not going to average 95 again. He just can't do it again. I mean, he's not a 95 average player. You know, he's 8 years on the trot. He hasn't lost. He might walk into 115 average tonight. That's the nature of the beast.
We'll find out. Well, yesterday we saw another gripping night of action.
And back on the 19th of December at the Alexander Palace, these 2 met. You do feel tonight will be a lot tougher. No mistake from Peter Wright. He's looking on song all right. He hasn't missed a shot at a double yet. You fear for Price now. Focused. Tops for 10-2. Makes it look easy. Wright is running away with this with a world-class performance at the World Matchplay. Tops for Price to get a 6th leg on the board. That's more like it. Is it maybe too little, too late? Ready for the kill.
And he gets it to get through the quarterfinal. A real threat to win this title.
The undisputed world #1, Michael van Gerwen. Ian White is capable of beating anyone. What a start. White hot. That is emphatic. It's 54 for 32. 32. Sheesh. 5 legs adrift here, the world #1. Go on, Michael, take it away. Things are looking better for MVG. Don't see that from Ian White very often. Emotion shown. 1, 2, double 18, and it is as simple as that. And Michael van Gerwen leads for the first time. How good is this sport? You're loving this! Oh, go on then! Double 6. Oh, explosive action! The roof could come off. We could spontaneously combust in the commentary box. This is a World Matchplay classic. And Michael van Gerwen is into the semi-finals of the match play.
What a match you have just witnessed.
So relief for mighty Michael van Gerwen, eventually closing out a 16-13 win over Ian White. He didn't take the lead until the 21st leg, was 6-1 down in that one. He will face Peter Wright in the semi-final, who beat Gerwin Price 16-7. Phil Taylor, Dave Chisnell, James Wade, Mencio Suljovic will be sorted out this evening. Van Gerwen against Ian White was outrageous, wasn't it?
It was a great game. Ian White led, Michael pulled it back, and you had no idea who was going to win because whoever did go in front got pulled back anyway. Michael was behind, and like I said, he then went in front by 3 legs, 13-10. Then got pulled back to 13-all, and you're thinking, hold on, it's going wrong for him again. But the 180 is that some of the big finishes, and we saw something from Ian White we've never seen, and that was a bit of emotion. If he can do that more often and just produce these brilliant darts like he's doing time and time again, we may well see him in a Premier League.
I don't think anyone realised quite what a great player White is.
I don't think he was that good. I've seen him time and time again, but to play that good over 29 legs, he's proved he's a top player, and he could have won it as well. It was nip and tuck. It was only a couple of shots. One big finish or a 180 here and there would have turned the game. Michael had the scare of his life. I mean, he didn't expect White to play that well, and it's credit to Van Gerwen to get through a game like that. That's how good the man is.
Peter Wright did what Peter Wright does, confident, solid performance at that.
You're right, he's consistent, he's solid. All what Gerwin Price was in the round before against Adrian Lewis, and I'm afraid it didn't work out for Gerwin. I just hope he's not described in a year or so's time as the man that beat Adrian Lewis at the match play, because he was so much better than that. He played poorly against Peter Wright because Peter Wright was so good.
Could be another thriller tonight. Taylor against Chizzy. Chizzy's beaten him on the biggest of stages before.
Chisnell has knocked out the king of darts. Dave Chisnell, he did take you out the World Championship.
Why have you got to remind me? I think out of order.
It's a crushing blow for Chisnell. Phil Taylor pushed all the way by a courageous Dave Chisnell.
Double 10, Chizzy. He beats Phil Taylor by 7 legs to 4.
Tungsten Terminator is turning up the heat now. He's found his best form right at the business end, Dave Chisnell. Taylor is a man on a mission.
But it's close, it's a contest.
Chizzy has beaten Taylor 2 of the last 3 times he's played him.
He has. They played each other in the Premier League twice, and it was 1-all, and then he beat him in just at a Players' Championship, but they're much shorter formats. The real form to go by is the Grand Slam final, where Phil beat...
It was over the same distance as well, wasn't it?
Exactly the same distance, best of 31, and he beat Dave 16-13. The averages on that instant were 102 for Phil, 98 for Dave. So Dave doesn't have to go up and average 102, 103, 104 to win a match. We saw it last night with Michael van Gerwen when he played Ian White. He was averaging 105 was Michael to 97 for Ian White, and it was 10 legs apiece. All you've got to do, it's all about time. You've got to do the right things at the right time. And if he can hit a big score and take out a few big finishes at the right time, then Phil could well be beaten for the first time in 8 years.
And Chizzy knows no fear on the big stage.
No, he's not no fear. He just plays darts. He enjoys the game. And if he can get into that rhythm, I mean, the last round he played, it took him 11 legs before he hit a 180. And that's too long for Chizzy. He hits 180s for fun. He's got to start off against Taylor. Bang a 180 in the first or second or third leg. Get a leg on the ball, settle down, put Phil under pressure. He can beat Phil tonight.
Kicking off the night then, James Wade against Mencio Suljovic. Let's guide you through the betting. He'll mess with Wade's head, he'll slow him down. The bookies say that won't affect though, Wade. 2-9.
You can't mess with James Wade. He's too experienced, he's too good, and I think Mencion's going to have a real tough night. I don't expect him to play as well as he did against Gary, and let's be honest, the average against Gary was 89. That's not good. That's not good enough to win this match.
Do you think Wade?
He's averaging better now. He's over 100 average for the tournament. His averages are getting better. So and Suljovic is only averaging 89, 90. he's got to take big shots out. Wade's going to have a shot at a double, near enough every leg on them stats, and the way he hits tops and tens doesn't look good for Suljovic.
Okay, let's get the action up and running. Who will join these two in the semi-finals?
He's looking on song all right. Every bit about his game is superb. World-class performance from the Dutchman.
What a match you have just witnessed.
Can anyone stop Taylor this week in Blackpool?
Well, he can get it in anywhere, can't he? He can do anything. Gets in you beauty.
Come on, Dave! Chisnell finds the mark. It's the biggest moment in his career! Wade back in business. Savage starts. Wade's on song.
All of a sudden, the world's a better place.
Hello and a very warm welcome. You've joined us live for the hottest chicken in sport. Welcome along to the Winter Gardens, Blackpool. It's the Bet Victor World Matchplay that's brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation, and we are live on Sky Sports. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the players. For the very first time, he's into the quarterfinals. Would you please welcome the gentle Mr. Suljovic?
Friday night, sitting on the sofa, get involved in Twitter, at Sky Sports Darts, the place to be, hashtag love the darts, prediction time. What do you reckon, James Wade? He won't underestimate Suljovic, will he?
Well, no, he won't. He's already come a cropper against him once, well, 3 times actually. They're head-to-heads, and Mensur's in front, but James Wade is a better player now than when they last played on the big stage. And in the 2011 World Championships, when Mensur beat James was having all kinds of problems, but now he's back to his brilliant best. And what he is, James, is an opportunist. You give him an opportunity to win a match and he will dismantle you.
Is there anything wrong with Suljovic's tactics of slowing down and taking a drink at the wrong time?
It's not a tactic, it's just the way he plays. He doesn't do it on purpose. He does it, I'll try something here. I think he has that little pause when he gets near a double to slow his heart rate down and just slow down and then concentrate. He knows that next shot is so important to win a leg. So I think it's just for his game. He's not trying to put the other player off. He's just trying to improve his game.
He has quirks. That's what he is. He's a quirky character, and even his throw has got quirks in it. James will be ready for him, but I think Mensur, just with his ability alone, James will think, I will beat him.
John Parr and Rod Study, commentators for our opening quarter-final.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Wayne. Well, here are the facts. One man is the world number 5, the other is the world number 31. One has 7 major titles, the other has never been beyond a major quarter-final. One has won 33 games on this stage, the other hadn't won a game ever at the Winter Gardens before this year. One man is James Wade, the other is Mensur Suljovic. Has Suljovic got any kind of a chance here, John?
Well, I actually believe he has a chance. I'm not saying I believe he'll win, but you know, I'd say you know, you've taken out Terry Jenkins and Gary Anderson. There's a lot of experience between those 2 players. Okay, and what we're saying is biggest obstacle is the experience of James Wade. So really, it's an argument that doesn't follow as to why he can't win.
Well, if you can beat the world champion, you can beat anyone. Even James Wade, who has a record bordering on the phenomenal at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. Only Phil Taylor has won more matches. Wade has won 33 of his 41 matches. I say Phil Taylor's the only man who has won more. Phil Taylor has won 89
140
games at the Winter Gardens.
Just a phenomenal number of games. You dream of playing here 2 or 3 times if you're a player. If you're lucky.
125. 100.
Well, so Mensur has 6 starts from 176 with which to try and hold his throw. James will see that as a bit of a mini opening. Could have done better.
Well, needs to find one trouble with his first 2 darts to afford an opportunity at double. Wade waiting on one of those Wade finishes. Has a reputation, John, James Wade, doesn't he, of numbers between 100 and 120 being pretty much the best in the business.
Well, I think it's part and parcel with his ability to punish. Double top.
81.
Yeah. Makes a face at that dart. It wasn't too good. It wasn't what he would expect of himself, but it is only the first leg.
Indeed. Nevertheless, must confess I fancied him to nail double top off the back of that 101 combination. Anyway, Mensur now looking at double 18. We'll see him choose this. We'll see him choose double 14, no doubt, tonight. Idiosyncratic in every sense.
20. Going to require 20.
Early double trouble for the giant Austrian. Well, over the years, John, much has been made of James Wade's double 10 hitting, and a lot of people would ask the question, who would you want to try and hit a double for your life, and which one was it? A few years ago, nearly everyone I asked said James Wade double 10. He's not quite as reliable on it anymore, but he's still pretty close to mustard on it.
60.
Well, he was just barely in it. That could have been all wrong on the other side of that wire with the double 15. That would have ended the turn. But it wasn't. It was where he wanted it. But
60.
He would have registered that he got a little lucky in there. He's probably redoubling his effort at the moment inside his head. It's like, yeah, come on, throw them hard. Get your action going right. And I think sometimes the methodical
100.
pace where he's waiting, nothing to do with his game, but where he's waiting longer, somehow creeps in and slows down your own pace, your own action.
Well, much was made, wasn't it, of Suljovic versus Gary Anderson. The time he was taking in between legs. At one point I thought he was going back to the table to ring a local pizza restaurant to order a delivery. He was taking so long, and then the next leg it looked like he was trying to change the order.
140.
But as Eric was pointing out, that's not something he's trying to do to put Anderson off. That's just Mensur being Mensur, isn't it?
Look, yeah, he's played the same game for as long as he's played, and that's over a decade. Easily, 15 years. Same strategies, same style. And that's why he's good now, because he keeps doing the same things, and he's just getting better and better at what he does.
Switch down here.
139.
I checked through the record books. I think you've got a 100% record against him, John. He doesn't fool you, does he, Party?
Yeah, I can't really explain that. I think I had a good start in 2008 when I got him second round in the World Championship.
99. Danger requires 62.
I just never look back. He's the only methodical player I think I've had success against.
42 for double 10. Back to his favourite double once more.
42.
2 darts missed, and James Wade as surprised as most of us. But he will be back unless Mensur's got a party piece for us.
Well, he's not really firing how he would like, or anywhere near it to this point.
100. Danger required 20.
It's double 10 for James. Again. Goes to the left so he can come off the barrel and in. Well, now that's kicked to the left, so he has to go way to the left. And he's caught them anyway.
5 successive misses at double 10 from James Wade.
we talk about Mensah being methodical. Well, James is slightly the same way, and it could be affecting Mensah a little bit. Double chop. Number 10.
Irony of ironies. As Matchplay Suljovic hits James Wade's favourite double after the machine missed it 5 successive times, and just a hint of an ironic smirk from James Wade.
Third leg Matchplay to throw first.
Thought, no doubt, of that is utterly preposterous. But it's one apiece. Oh yes, that was the full Matchplay Suljovic stalk effect on one leg as he hurled that last dart.
98.
And I like the conjuring hands to express his displeasure with the resulting throw.
Well, not exactly balletic, is it? But effective. With his second 140 of the match. Wade looking for his third. Comes down the board. 137 is good as.
37.
You know, his technique isn't one you'd want to teach somebody, but the reality is most people, when they start playing darts, have a very similar action where the kind of the pendulum and the foot comes up in the back, and you try and get that out of them as they progress, or they do themselves. It's just always stuck with Mensah, and he's made it work.
Well, one dart, Peter Manley had something metronomic about his back leg, but by no means as pronounced as Mensah's.
We talk about it being a strange throw and action and all that, but we mean for a pro. It's a very common action for dart players around the world.
100. You require 101.
Well, this for the lead for the first time. Suljovic is looking at 101. So a pick. Double 14, he selects. Not many people have double 14 as their favourite double, but it was the double that knocked out Gary Anderson, and it's now putting 2-1 up against James Wade.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't want to hit the treble 13, would you, going on a 41? 2. You see, he was right near the double. He was pretty much making sure of that, and he really executed the shot the way he wanted to. That's what you have to do, most of all in darts. Do what you're comfortable with.
James Wade has never failed to reach the quarter-final at the World Match Play. This is 10th appearance, the previous 9.
100.
Not as far as the final 8 or beyond. 9 quarterfinals played therefore, and he's only lost twice at this stage to Ronnie Baxter and Simon Whitlock. And that is the first matchman of the match. Only a 6th of the week, mind, James Wade.
Well, it's somewhat belying his 101 tournament average.
.66.
Packed house here Friday night at the Arrows in Blackpool. Where this great tournament has been staged since 1994, and the inaugural year, the bald eagle Larry Butler swooped to defeat Dennis Priestley.
96. Change required 81.
No pressure on this. Perfect treble 19, double 12. Kind of blocking himself a bit. He'll go top right. Well, he went down there, and
69.
as a result, I think maybe deflected a little. Got the single.
Shouldn't be a problem, John, should it? With the score as it is in this leg.
Well, as much as he's fond of double 10, you'd figure double 6 would be a natural.
100. Danger required 12.
Right down the line of sight. Well, now there could be a problem. No problem. Southern ends, James Wade. Levels up at 2 apiece.
Game on.
So he's not too fond of double 6. Double 3, good though.
Any double's good when you hit it, John, as you know. The Wade so far has had a dozen darts at double in this match and hit only twice.
And you mentioned the low number 180s, but he's had loads of 140s. 140 machine. He's up to 4 already here. And the 180. Spencer slow to get going, but he's starting to get his scoring going. Not too bad, 8 100s, 2 140s. The tempo of the game sort of instinctually makes you feel as if the scoring isn't there, because when you got a rat-a-tat-tat game going, it feels like the scoring's a bit better somehow. It's the points per second average we need.
Well, that puts the average up. His third 140 of the match. Levels he doubles in this leg, 261 apiece. Last leg before the break.
$100.
Wade making a good effort here to try and get that break and go in ahead at the first interval.
Remember, the winner of this game in the semi-finals tomorrow will play the winner of the final quarter-final coming up next between David Chisnell and Phil Taylor. Wade holding the aces in this leg. Does not need to go hunting a treble 17. He'll go looking for the one-pointer to lead tops.
Yeah, I like that. I get mad at Phil when he goes to the treble 17 and he's just teasing us. Why not just stay on the 20s? Makes sense.
140.
Well, there's a third. If you've got no intention of going for full, why go for treble 17 in the first place? Wade, we know, looking for tops. Wade hits tops. And with a 13-yard leg against the darts, James Wade gets the salute out as the crowd go Garrity at the start of this quarter-final tie. James Wade is 3-2 up on Suljovic. So a break and throw from Wade in the final leg. It was a 13-darter. The machine now leads as he looks to make the semi-final.
Getting the rhythm as it is. Wrong word to describe the throws here, but it is still a rhythm of a sort.
I mentioned before that Suljovic defeated James Wade 4-2 at the World Championship. It was the 2011 World Championship.
100.
It was the last 32. In the previous round, he defeated Michael van Gerwen 3-1.
100.
Now that was before Michael van Gerwen's reinvigoration as a darts player. In fact, people will be staggered to know that when that game started, Suljovic and Michael van Gerwen could not be split by bookmakers. If anyone offered you even money, Michael van Gerwen, to beat Suljovic tomorrow, there would be such a queue going round the Winter Gardens, it would stretch to Fleetwood.
James just barely misses answering the 180. Well, and you know, I think I can explain that. I'm sure Michael would have been favored in a sense, but there was probably a lot of doubts because he wasn't as composed as he is now, as to whether he could whether he could handle the slow pace.
But this was prior to Van Gerwen's.
But that's what I'm getting at, though.
Revival.
The question mark would have been, can he deal with the slow pace? Because he was always a fast player, Michael. Even faster in the past.
Well, it was also to do with the fact that Michael Van Gerwen didn't look like he was really that good back then, John. This before he won the World Grand Prix, and then, well, the rest is history, isn't it?
Well, he has a champion's head now.
He has. Number 14 again for Monsieur. Outside, inside.
Yeah, I almost felt like a slight move to the right would have helped him there, because he was sort of crowded on that flight path in.
Double 8. 80. Well, you can't throw it any better than that without it going in.
So you require 14.
Yeah, and this is where his strategy is sort of makes life a little harder for him. I don't think double 7's the most difficult. Well, it's just the way it breaks down is horrible. It's right next to double 16, so
Thank you.
It's a good one to try and hit in terms of going right at it. And which he does. He says, hey, I hit it, didn't I? Give me a chance.
He relishes being the darting bad guy.
Well, he takes his time on a double at times. Calms himself down, just like Eric said in the before the match started. You know, that's what he does. He's never done anything any differently. It's not about slowing James down at all.
Well, we mentioned one dart piece of Manley. Really neat. Darting pantomime villain par excellence. There's a space. There's a role for a darting pantomime villain. There's a situation vacant a little bit at the moment, John.
You have to be good enough to be up there to do it.
They're all too nice now.
140.
Oh, great answer from Wade.
Suljovic with that distinctive finger tapping. Many snooker players the same when addressing the cue ball. And Wade with that distinctive trigger movement of his own. Cocking the dart before firing. That's the treble 20.
Mensah, he certainly doesn't want to get broken back straight away, so he's making sure of this to get a good score, at least the one treble he wanted to start the turn. Now he'll be greedier. What's the 140?
140. He requires 76.
Well, let's see how he approaches this one. Normally would be 20s or 16s. So 20 for tops. Looks like a pretty good one to go over. But he doesn't get it up there. Pulled it, snatched it. Gives us the full explanation.
Still go out on treble 19. Yes, double 18. It's not the orthodox approved route, but it reaches its starting destination nevertheless. And Wade breaks again to go 4-3 up with a 108.
He claimed James to throw first. Game on.
Exactly what you cited earlier, Rod, is one of James Wade's points of excellence. Those finishes in that range, especially in a situation to punish a missed double.
100.
A seething Suljovic had a chance, but it has been a tale of breaks of throw, John, hasn't it? 7 legs completed and 5 of them have gone
85.
against the dart.
Yeah, and you know, I expect a lot of breaks of throws in this style of tournament, but normally it's when a guy runs a bunch of legs and there's a bunch of breaks along the way. This has been back and forth and very even in a sense.
Well, normally in a darts match it is who can make the key breaks of throw. In this match at the moment it might be who can make the key holds of throw.
140.
There's Wade here under pressure again on his own throw.
Three of them. That works. So a 180 answer would be what Mensah would be looking for. Get to 96. That would be a big threat. Now he won't really be a threat.
60. James 138.
.62 left, so treble 14 you expect Wade to be looking at here.
90.
Well, there's never been a 2-leg gap between the two players in this tie. Up to press. Wade is 2 darts away from changing that statistic.
45.
He has more if he needs them.
48.
Trots. Double 10.
And it is 5-3 to James Wade.
Game on.
The 108 check out in the 7th leg. The break, then the hold to go 2 up.
140.
That's 108, James Wade's highest of the match. Suljovic a 101. Wade's had a 150 this week, 150. That's his
60.
highest of the week.
Good third dart. Well, I think one thing you can do when you're playing Mensah to help you with the pacing is not stand behind him when he's throwing, waiting to throw, because he kicks every dart, but you're tending instinctually to move towards the Aki as he's releasing and going to the board. But his leg comes up, and then you kind of pause and stop, and it puts you right out of your own normal approach to the Aki. So I would recommend standing back a good 5-6 feet.
100.
Let him clear, and then do your own normal approach. And you know, for any kind of player, like with a kick.
100. Mensah 161. $65.
I'd be happy he left 96 anyway. Wanted more, but 96, good have a shot always. Good pressure to leave the save.
Mensah required 96.
First dibs at it though for the Serbian-born Austrian, 43 years old, Suljovic. Looking to reach his first major semi-final. Couldn't find the treble. That
60.
means Wade's back for 96.
96.
We've seen him hit double 18 once already, John, haven't we, at the end of the 108?
And it's his MO to punish in this circumstance. Well, he went for 2 doubles.
56.
And in that circumstance,
Mensah
yeah, why not?
36.
Although I would have, if it had been me, I would have liked to follow the first dart he threw, but for him, he likes going under, doesn't he? So that was not a good dart.
Just in the corner, Suljovic makes it 5-4.
That was a speedy double effort, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
125.
He can't be bowing to popular pressure, can he?
No, he was straight up and straight in.
100.
James Wade's second maximum on the match. It's 2 apiece on the maximum count.
Just one would do him.
60.
I'm not going to be too pleased if the Austrian can manage a 180.
Can't. James Wade has control of this leg and he has control of this match.
57. James Rick 136.
Looking for the treble 20, and that allows him to set up tops.
96.
12 darts thrown in this leg for James Wade, and he'll come back for double top with his 13.
Yeah, when you have the throw, that is just
60.
going to plan. I think that'll win you a lot of matches if you do that every time. Double top. And James Wade goes 6-4 ahead. In this match, very steady, very methodical, each player. Spencer making a match of it, but it's James Wade dominating. Join us when we return.
James Wade has a 6-4 advantage. He needs 10 more legs to reach the semi-final. Phil Taylor waiting in the wings to take on Dave Chisnall. And the winners of the 2 matches this evening will meet tomorrow in the semi-finals. The other semi, Michael van Gerwen against Peter Snakebite Wright. That's an intriguing tussle as well, John, isn't it? Bookmakers making Michael van Gerwen very strong favourite. Peter Wright 4-1 against to win that match. What do you think about that?
That's a pretty good value is what I think. Michael, yes, favored, but not that heavily. I don't see it that big a difference. And Peter really, at times this year, has played just absolutely brilliant darts that would beat anybody. So, yeah, that's a pretty good value.
James Wade giving us full value.
Yeah, looking to get a break straight away from the break. And if he can do that, then he can start to try and run away, Rod. And that's what you're trying to do as a player. Okay, let's change what kind of a match this is.
And he go back to back. Oh! Agony. Has had 2 televised 9-dart legs.
Not a bad attempt for a guy who's only had 8 180s in the whole tournament.
84.
No, it's a good point. James Wade has never been a prodigious 180 hitter, but nevertheless has got 2 9-dart legs. On TV, only 4 players have more than that.
27.
Taylor with 10, Barney 5, MBG 4, and A.D. Lewis 3.
Well, I do think it's fair to say, though, Rod, in past incarnations of James Wade, he was a heavier 180 scorer.
81.
Now he's more about the consistency of the 140s. Well, I was going to say consistency of finishing, but missed the 14, needs a 5 for the tops, which isn't a bad place to be to move to it.
34.
And of course, he probably The lapse in concentration because Mensur not on a finish.
He's on a finish now, though, John. All right, isn't he? To some tune. Thank you very much and good night. 7-4. We have the temerity of Mensur to hit a 180 in such circumstances, and James Wade, well, dismissed the threat.
Well, let's be fair to Mensur now. It was his leg he started. I mean, he was just trying to not make it look so bad, you know.
140.
It was the way that Wade just dismissed the maximum as an utter irrelevance. 7-4 to James Wade. The average of Wade now tickling the ton.
I think that 180 got to James.
60.
He missed one guard. It is his favorite after all. We see James 10 points ahead in the 3-dart averages.
James Wade tonight on double 10, John. 3 hits, 7 misses.
100.
So it's a myth. Or is he just off?
It's abnormal. That isn't what we call a statistical abnormality, John. I'm sure normal service will be resumed by the machine.
So bad news for the Austrian. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
60.
Wade 3 in front now, John, and looking like going 4 in front, having a mid-match surge.
Yeah, like I was saying, that winning that last leg, getting that break, it just changes what kind of a match it is. Now
57.
it's about a guy trying to chase rather than a battle, and the mentalities have to change for each player.
45.
Yeah, if you're hoping to frustrate an opponent, it's a lot easier to do that when you're 4 in front, not 4 behind, as Wade looks at tops to go 4 up. And that is 4 up, but it's 8-4 to James Wade.
Yeah, it's just going into cruise control, isn't he? He looks kind of strutting along even as he walks back, and the confidence is there. You know, it's only fair. He would have had some doubts walking onto this stage tonight in his own mind. Even though if he felt like he's going to win, he might not know how it might go in his head. And I think he's really settled in now.
James Wade, over the years, over his career, nearly a decade now at the top, has become an ace opportunity taker. You yourself, John, regarded as an ace opportunity taker. When the chances came to win big tournaments, World Championship, you were very adept at taking it. Wade similarly, in tournaments when Phil Taylor had been knocked out, he'd go rampaging through and take the title, 7 majors.
Well, yeah, the flip side of this sort of player, and myself included for sure, is, well, you can get ahead and then you lose your drive, your focus sometimes. So we'll see what happens here. But I think because he was tense most of the early part of this match, I think he will continue to drive forward and end ahead of Mensur, unless Suljovic finds an answer. Ups his game.
Indeed, Suljovic here averaging, give or take, the same as he did against Gary Anderson.
25.
It's about a point below, but that was enough against Anderson, who was finding it an impossibility to deal with what Suljovic was throwing at him in terms of the pace of play. It hasn't worried Wade one iota.
No, and here he is in his dream range. Seems to do so well. 7 for tops now for a 107 with Mensur on 42. Well, disappointed with that. Expected more.
Is it going to be 14 double 14 here? It is, you know. And he gets it. Well, not since the days of the Belgian dartist Eric Claris have we seen such idiosyncratic finishing He used to go out on 65, treble 13, double 13, and all sorts, John.
135.
Yeah, he was probably the most creative finisher in the history of the PDC.
Great word, John. Exactly the right word to describe it. Creative.
It's not necessarily wrong. There's a lot of valid ways to try and go for things if you put some thought into it, but why would you? I guess if it keeps you interested in throwing and you have fun with it, you're going to play better. I guess that's one answer. You're not going to make friends with too many referees, though.
Or our dynamic duo of spotters, Keith Deller and Eric Bristow, follow the shots and do their research of what players are going to do in different circumstances and situations.
140.
Eric was a great player until he fell down the ladder, and I don't mean the ranking ladder.
It's Eric Claris, not Eric Bristow, I hasten to add. Yeah.
Oh, was it? Oh. Oops.
The lot?
No, not quite. 140. Going to require 86.
He broke his arm, didn't he? Very close. Anyway, double 16 here for James Wade, and that's a lovely clean two-dot kill. And the four-leg buffer is re-established.
Game on.
Really important leg for the Austrian here. It is quite a difference if he gets broken in this. To be down 10-5 would really not look too good. 9-6. You still feel he has a way to worm his way back in. And we were mentioning James Wade being one of the best opportunists of all time in darts. Well, you'd have to say, I know he's not one of the best, but certainly Mensur is that style of a player. He doesn't blow you away with the scoring or anything too fancy. He's a grinder. He takes his opportunities.
James Wade has taken that one. Well, you made a very good point. The style of players make you think different things about how well they're playing. Wade here is averaging 103.62. That's more than Michael van Gerwen averaged last night. And yet you kind of don't feel he's producing anything startling. The statistics say this is a performance of world class from Wade.
Well, it is.
Make no mistake. But you take my point, John, don't you? Sometimes you don't think Wade is playing that well because he just doesn't look flashy, and that's not a criticism.
Well, those are the most dangerous players, the consistent ones. And that's the only other way you can get an average like that, is to be incredibly consistent. Won't get the 170. No flash again, but he'll probably take it out in 4 or 5 darts and he will get a chance.
96.
So down to 74. And that'll be for that break, that go ahead 10-5 coming into this interval. Answer though, once again, hey, will he go for another 180 on his throw to try? No, he's sensible enough.
39. Going to require 74.
Well, treble 18 gives him double 10. 2 in his hand. Only one needed. Double 10. Wade is dead. And Wade gets the 10. He's 10-5 up on Suljovic. He only needs 6 more legs. It's a very, very authoritative, classy performance from the machine. And he's in total command. Hello and welcome back to the Winter Gardens in Blackpool, quarter-final night. James Wade really going well. 10-5 up on Suljovic. Strong performance from the machine. Waiting to take centre stage, Phil Taylor and Dave Chisnell. The last 8 match. Well, early on in this game it was close, it was 3-all in fact at one point. But Wade is now taking the vice-like grip. Tokioki at the start of this leg with an average of 103.4. Only 4 averages higher than that in the tournament, in this tournament. The highest, Michael van Gerwen's 110.93, but one of those averages that's higher than Wade's current effort was by Wade himself against Kyle Anderson.
96.
So 2 averages, if he can maintain this, John, of over 103 in the same event.
Well, you want to talk about consistency.
100.
His match average after 15 legs is almost identical to his tournament average. It's really unbelievable. They could be so consistent a player.
140.
And start to wonder now, is it after the Lord Mayor's show for Suljovic after that wonderful win over Gary Anderson, and the one you mentioned in the first round, John, over Terry Jenkins, which was not so dusty either.
Yeah, it was pretty overlooked, and it's a good win.
Without a doubt.
57.
Terry Jenkins still a very awkward first round opponent, make no mistake. Wade looking for the lot here to leave 24, can leave 64.
100.
Can leave 104.
So, good score needed here. Mensur to put pressure, and if he gets a 180, he leaves 28. Oh!
120.
Well, he'd be disappointed with that because you could bet he knew what he was trying to leave.
4 tops. The 4 tops.
Each on the 16th leg. James Wade. Simply played Mitchell to throw.
Salute the machine. A 104. He's had a 108 as well. Just underlining our point of him deadly finishing in that range.
Even this finish is almost spot on his tournament average. 104.
Spooky, John. Spooky. 103 and a half. Well, 104.
129.
What a wonderful outfit, John. They ask him where he purchased that garment.
60.
Just a really good performance this from James Wade in every regard. Scoring has been superb from Wade, John, hasn't it?
Getting the trebles every turn, at least one. That's how you want to play the game. Makes it easy. Well, part of it really is the finishing, the killer finishing. Let me see. Only 42%, but that doesn't tell you really about those 104s and 108s and the timing of them.
Just one leg, John, wasn't there, where James Wade missed 5 at double 10 and Suljovic went out on that same target. That was very early on in the match. Look, if you want to find some fault somewhere, you can find something, but I'm being very, very picky when I bring that up, and his performance has been excellent, absolutely excellent.
Well, that was in the, adjusting to the stage phase of it. It wasn't even really going yet. So, with this length of a game, you wouldn't worry about that too much.
No.
In the first round, you would, though. You can't afford a slow start.
100.
Relatively speaking.
28.
Well, will he go straight at double 19 here, James Wade? Well, you're going to go for double 17 now, James. Yes. Well, or is he going to still persist with trying to get to double 10 by looking for 40? No, going for the double this time. Oh, he gets it to the dart, last dart in hand. Well, The splitting strategy had to be aborted after a loose dart.
Well, you know, and why even bother in the first place? You might get 3 darts for your double if you stay at the original one. Just that reason alone is reason enough for me not to ever split.
It's interesting, that, isn't it? I mean, Stephen Bunting, when he won the Lakeside Video World Championship a couple of years back, split it everything like that. If he left 38, he split.
Well, I think I said early in the match about, you know, you do what you're comfortable with, and if something's working, you go with it.
Yes.
That is a certainty as well. You don't change something just because somebody else says it doesn't make sense.
The bullet that year, that was his MO, and he stuck to it. He didn't deviate from it, and it was an extremely successful strategy, enabling him to become the world champion. He played really well in the first round here, Stephen Bunting, as well. The unluckiest of first round losers. He went out to a really strong performance. Ian White averaged 103.5 against Stephen Bunting, who averaged 101.5 himself.
120.
What can you do, Stephen? Can you do?
Well, the only consolation for Bunting on that score is that at least it wasn't a one-off from Ian, was it? You know, he came back and played. Great year at the match play for Ian White.
Yeah, really good. Another terrific performance from Ian White last night as well. And 13-12 up he was on Michael van Gerwen before losing. And Suljovic arches his back.
100.
Launches the missile. 7 adrift though. It's a long way back from there.
140. And so you require 141.
Well, good second dart. It's not going to help him finish this turn, but he should be back for a chance to break.
96. Change you require 161.
He needs any leg he can get, so it's important that he do so if James misses this 161. Just piling the pressure on, though, is James.
99. This year record 45.
Well, who knows? 17? Oh dear. Well, now he's got to go 3, hasn't he? Well,
you would think so.
11 left, so I think so, John. You think so?
Thank you.
I'd never be 100% sure with Lynch.
Just don't hit the double or the treble.
Or the 17 he was aiming for in the first place. For the double thereof.
41. James requires 62.
Which could have been easier if he went for bull last start. It's double 10, though. He likes that finish, doesn't he? Yes. Double 5.
52. And so you require 4.
2 twos. Looking for the double deuce. Now for the house of the man.
In charge in the 18 play.
Lynch celebrates as only he can. A dozen legs to Wade, half a dozen to Mensah Suljovic.
He celebrates as only he is, and I think the house is mostly against him here tonight. Well, it was a well-hit double 1 anyway.
It was.
You know, one player that hasn't been mentioned that you sort of like when he approaches the doubles and steps back and everything is the great Kevin Painter, who made a habit of stepping back and approaching the double, and also infuriating many people.
81.
Hasn't got the finger-licking, snarling technique of the artist, though. Kevin trying to get his way back into the elite ranks and qualify for
100
TV tournaments. One of the great entertainers of the golden era of darts. The artist.
140.
On the face of it, this seems a very easy situation for James Wade to be in, but sometimes it's not all that easy, John, to maintain a level of focus and standard of play when you're winning apparently very comfortably.
Oh, and no better example than in the Peter Wright quarterfinal when he got well ahead.
140.
He just sort of stammered a bit and it didn't do it, and then he refocused and he put it away. But a perfect example of what could happen wrong for James if he doesn't maintain focus.
Well, he almost took a seat in the front row there before finding the treble 20.
So you require 161.
Looked for a moment he was going to sit down next to Sammy there and throw the dart. The ball for Monsieur.
136.
Not far away.
Dangerous ball.
Not far away.
Well, he won't be able to break right back, and he will be able to leave tops. And maybe all he needs to do. A lot of pressure here still on Mansour.
Try and get to double 14 from here, Monsieur. Double 8 will do. That's a bit more picturesque. It's getting there. Double 8. No. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. 13-6. Wade within 3 now. Cruising along. And that had a little bit of a bounce to it, that stride from the machine there as he loped up to the oche to start leg 20. It's an incredible record he's got here. If he wins this match, it will be the 8th time he's reached the semi-finals of the World Matchplay. John, just give us an appraisal of how much of an achievement that is.
Yeah, it is. Unbelievable is a good word. The only thing that even makes it seem like it's not a great achievement is Phil's existence.
100.
But
everything is dwarfed by that, isn't it? His record.
You take that out of the equation, and yeah, it's really, really, really fantastic darts performances that lead to that sort of statistic.
Well, only 4 players have ever beaten James Wade on the Winter Garden stage. Phil Taylor 5 times, 4 of them in finals. Raymond van Barneveld, Simon Whitlock and Ronnie Baxter. Ronnie not in the field this year in his favourite local tournament. Nor Wes Newton. There's a few familiar faces. Not here.
It's hard to get a ticket.
Very
100.
That's why
61.
The tournament has such standing in professional darts. Just to get in is good going.
105.
Darts utilising the outer ball to leave a 2-dart combo, but here goes Wade again on one of these medium range finishes. He's looking for double top.
96.
Well, he's missed double top a few times at the end of those combinations, John, and each time dragging it down low.
Yeah, but the key is he's always had the chance. He's always had the treble to set it up. There's a good double, though, for Matchplay Suljovic. At least he can go into this interval with a positive note. He's down by 6, but there's still some hope. Very slim, but he's going to fight. You know he will. Join us when we return.
Bossing his quarter-final against the Austrian Suljovic, the man that KO'd the world champ Gary Anderson. 13-7 to Wade. He needs 3 more legs. And now going through their final preparations before coming on stage, Phil Taylor, the 15 times winner of the match play, taking on Dave Chisnell. They'll now be in a state of mind, John, when they realise they can get the tap on the shoulder any time in the next sort of 10 minutes or so.
21st leg, Mitchell to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, and I bet they're both eager to get out there and play too. It's a very appealing match.
That's a very appealing start to this session. Suljovic, well, the back so firmly against the wall that he's almost going through the wall. He's hit 4 maximums, so is James Wade.
There may be a few more 180s in the next match. Just guessing.
What makes you think that, John?
Just Chizzy, actually.
Well,
Phil might get a few, but Chizzy is bound to get a 10.
Dave Chisnell topped the 180 stats in the Premier League.
117.
He came agonisingly close to the final. Chisnell's had 21 80s this week so far, John. Phil Taylor's had 12. I bet you can't guess who's got the most this year in the match play. Maximum, up to press.
56. Danger required 161.
I stopped, yes.
25 that individual has got.
65.
Give you the answer at the end of this leg. From part silenced, staggeringly. Number 14, Monsieur. Nails it. Back-to-back legs, John. 13-6, 13-8.
Ian White.
Hey! Ian White, the 25 maximums. Not enough to get him through to this, beyond this stage of the competition. Some going that, John, isn't it? In 3 games.
Very good. Approaching the old as many maximums as doubles you hit, which is a very hard feat to do at even in a match, let alone a tournament.
92.
Well, Suljovic has got the gap back down to 5. It was, as I mentioned, as big as 7. I tell you what, he's starting to find the trouble a little bit here. Mentions Suljovic.
140.
Making only his 2nd appearance at the World Match Play. His first in 2013, ended in a round 1 loss to Raymond van Barneveld.
99.
Never been beyond a quarter-final of a big tournament.
Well, he does get some tough draws, doesn't he? This year started with the
60.
bull, Terry Jenkins.
170.
James Wade looking to finish with the bull here, John. Suljovic, yes, finished with the bull, literally, and then the world champion. Needs a couple of troubles here, really.
Well, one it actually gives him an outside shot. He hasn't been too good at getting the treble, though, to set up those outs. Not as good as James has been.
Danger required 112.
And this is a perfect example of that. Well, okay. Don't hit the single one. Well, he did get the treble, but he won't be able to leave double because he's missed 2 singles.
Danger required 116.
Well, the last start really was particularly sloppy. I think he'd agree. Needs to sit one on top of that, which is exactly what he has done to leave double 18, and that is 3 on the top for Suljovic. Yeah. Oh yeah.
23rd leg, Metzel to throw first. Game on.
Yeah.
Well,
you don't like to be on the wrong end of that gaze of James Wade, would you, John?
no, it's in complete
60.
agreement, apparently, though.
I think incomplete, ironic and sarcastic. But Wade only with himself to blame, really, for getting in that mess.
Well, he should have had a dart for double on that turn because he got the treble he needed. Not only didn't he get the double, he didn't even leave the double. So that takes a little bit of pressure off your opponent when they see you be that sloppy.
Well, 13-6 became 13-7, became 13-8, became 13-9, and Suljovic with the darts here, and he holds it, become 13-10. At what point do you start to think the outcome is now in doubt?
2 more legs.
I'll come back to you after the 24.
140.
If he can hold his throw, sure, okay, now. But if he gets another break in the next leg, then that would really be a significant threat to take the match.
He's playing well enough now, though, isn't he?
57.
He is playing well enough. It's just whether he can make up the deficit.
Well, it's a classic case of loss aversion.
Little down. Another to leave double 18, the target he hit in the last leg. But even that, 76, 2-dart combination prevents Suljovic to get back within 3 and extend his winning streak to 4 straight legs.
140. And so he requires 76.
He's looking for treble 16 to leave double 14. Now 20 for tops. I'll tell you what. James Wade needs to just mind his step.
Well, this is his chance to put his foot down, and he needs to. Well, it didn't look that convincing, though, getting that done.
It didn't.
It looked a bit scrambly to me.
He just needs to mind his work. The gap is down to 3 legs. Mind the gap. What is happening here? Suljovic has awoken.
Couldn't quite egg that last start in, but a good turn. I think he's trying for the old 3-140s trick, Rod.
100.
Leave 81 and hopefully get a chance to break. Of course, James still has a chance. Also, it's 12, but it's fading
100.
fast. They'll need a 161 to do that now. Well, he probably should have went to the 17s that third dart. You could tell he kind of looked like he wanted to switch, but he knew the 19s wouldn't be good, and he didn't think it through.
97. And so you require 161.
Long range attempt. Not on. Well, this would be nerve settler for James Wade.
James requires 64.
Hasn't won a leg since the 19th leg of this match. And he's only got 1 dart in his hand. He's looking at double top. He's missed it.
24. And so you require
Huge
56.
opportunity now for Menster to really give himself a chance in the match.
Just evaded the double. He's left tops. Even the double wouldn't have been disastrous with left double 12. But...
24 players.
Just coming back to you, John, at the end of the 24th leg, you now believe the outcome is in doubt.
Well, most certainly. All the momentum's with Suljovic. And he's got the throw.
25th leg, Mentor to throw first. Game on.
He's got the darts here.
40.
That could be the undoing of the comeback. James just about broadly smiling as he threw that first dart.
140.
Well, the bookmakers don't really believe your momentum theory carries much weight, John, I'm afraid. They still make James Wade 16-1 on to win this match.
But they only set the odds, they don't actually bet.
Well, it's a very good job as a current player you're not allowed to, John, isn't it? Suljovic fires in his 21st 140 of this match.
Ooh.
38.
Oh, good flinging of that turn. The third man trying to get into the game.
84.
Well, he's suddenly become the darling of the darterati, hasn't he, Mr. Suljovic? They're starting to learn to love the Austrian.
137.
Gentle Suljovic. He wants 137. To go within one leg. To go within one leg, incredible. Turn of events, he was 7 legs adrift in this match.
45. Danger required 170.
.92 for Suljovic. I'll stake that he'll go for the ball. He won't be a treble 20 man in this situation. He'll surely be a safety first.
Yep. Most players play it that way these days. I'm not convinced of it anymore myself, but that is a great first dart. If he goes for 10 or 6, well, we know he's going 14 double 14, so let's not even talk about it.
Double 14, and the match is then on a knife edge.
64.
Well, Wade has got to get his act together here. This is the time. Now is the time. Double 10. Double 10. That is the moment. Seize the moment. Suljovic had one dart at double 14. It would have got him back within a leg. But like the champion he is, Wade saw the opportunity. Not only did he see it, he took it. And that's given him some valuable breathing space. He's 3 ahead again.
100.
He was lecturing the audience about where they reside as well. Get behind me, lads, get behind me. But perhaps the shouting from Mentor is what inspired James. It prompted him.
To be fair, they pay the money, they can cheer if they like. They're not cheering against Wade, are they? They're cheering they're cheering Suljovic. Fair enough.
Well, it's a singles event in any case. You're not here. It's not a World Cup or anything like that. It's about a player, 2 players playing darts. Who do you like better?
100.
Although, that said, there is nothing wrong with being proud of a fellow countryman doing well.
Flying the Canadian flag. Here's Wade with his Union Jack flights, looking for the red bit, looking for a 4-leg advantage.
60.
Well, if he'd stopped the game, if it'd been a first to 13 game, John, Wade would have won easy 13-6, and he'd have gone off stage thinking, yeah, I feel good. If he comes off here winning, say, 16-12, how's he going to feel then? Still good?
He'll be happy. He won't be worried. And he's always been in these sorts of matches in any case, you know. He gets there at the very end. It doesn't matter to him. He gets there.
Great setup from James Wade. Leading tops. His average has just dipped under the 100. Having been around about 103 for much of this match. My goodness. Needs to go, man. Gonski. 15-11. Typical Wade in many ways here. As soon as he was threatened, he's reacted to it. It is typical James Wade.
Well, we did discuss, you know, the possibility of a lapse in concentration. And as well as Metzer played to come back, there was a lack of focus in James's game at that point. So, as we alluded to the Peter Wright quarterfinal and what happened to him, it seems to have happened to James as well. And now he's regrouped and he's looking to cross the line comfortably.
Well, now Wade could be a couple of turns away from the semi.
100.
Metzer struggling to try and hold and to stay alive in the match. And should he lose, you'd have to give him credit. He's showing up. He's played darts.
100. January 161.
So James Wade within 2 darts in the semi-final, and Suljovic can't clean up the 154, and he cannot. So Wade looks like he survived a late wobble and a rally from the Austrian to close in on the semi-final of the World Matchplay Championship, and for the 8th time in his career, James Wade is in the final 4 at the Winter Gardens. He holds off Metzer Suljovic to win by 5 at 16-11.
James Wade through to the semi-final, but who will he face? Will it be Phil Taylor or will it be Dave Chisnall? Second quarter final of the evening coming up next. Taylor hoping to close in on a 16th match-play crown.
Can anyone stop Taylor this week in Blackpool?
I love the area. I love being around here. I feel very comfortable in Lancashire. It's such a lovely, relaxing place for me. I enjoy it.
And he starts with perfection.
I thought John would have played a lot better than that. It was, you know, so hard against John because he's a better player than that.
Wraps it up, 10 legs to 2.
So I'm happy with the result, obviously, but you know, could have done with him playing a bit better, really.
Hamilton trying to knock out the big man, to take out the 9.
I thought it was in. It was so easy. The 180, it was sweet as a nut. I thought this was going straight in the middle, and he did. Went big 12.
You couldn't believe it.
But never mind. We'll have another shot tonight, I'm sure, one of us anyway. I was licking my wounds a bit. I was feeling sorry for myself by missing the 9 dart. It was weird. Couldn't get it out of my head for a while. And then when he came back to 6 seats, I thought, you're going to get beat here if you don't watch what you're doing. And I think he missed 2 darts or 3 darts at a double, and that was the turning point. It's hit and miss, really, with Dave. He can either play out his skin, which he has been doing for probably the last 12 months, and sometimes he doesn't play as well, you know. It all depends which Dave, which Phil turns up now as well, really, I suppose. But I'm expecting a good game, I'll be honest with you. His form in the Premier League was brilliant, you know. I think he should have won it, really. I'll be honest with you. I think he should have won it. You've just got to take your chances. You know, with Dave, if you miss a double, he seems to be going out on big shots now. So you have to take your chances when he gives them to you. I'll play Chizzy tonight, and if I win, then I'll find out who I've got tomorrow. But I just do every one at a time, you know what I mean? Don't look too far forward, because you might not get there.
James Wade grabs a place in the semi-finals of the match play. Suljovic has had a tournament to remember, beating Gary Anderson, beating Terry Jenkins. But Wade is the man of the moment. Suljovic heading out, reminding the crowd where he's from. His amazing record of the match play continues. Will he make yet another final here? Wade through the semi-finals. He will take on either Phil Taylor or Dave Chisnell. Our final match of the evening. Let's hear from James Wade now, talking to Stuart Pye.
Well done, James. Another World Match Play semi-final, but you were made to work hard.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Mensa. I think I've had the. I think everyone that's played me's had a demon on their shoulder. You know, I was playing really, really well against Mensa until, you know, someone from the powers above decided to change the dartboard, and it affected Mensa and me. You know, much to we both said don't change it, they changed it. You know, the game before I wanted it changed. This one they changed it without our permission. But you know, I'm really, really grateful to win, and I'm looking forward to moving onwards.
You kept your cool as well when he started coming back at you. 1 leg, 2 legs, 3 legs, 4 legs, 5 legs. You just kept your cool, and that was important.
That's not cool. That's I'm a good liar. No, I mean, I was really nervous, really, really nervous, you know, and it was hard. You know, Mensa's a hard, solid player to play, you know, and not much phases him, you know. The only person that will phase Mensa is himself. And I'm thankful he didn't come out the blocks as fast as he normally would. So, you know, I'm looking forward to my semi-final, though. Really excited.
Well, incredible record. You've now won 8 out of your 10 quarterfinals on that stage, and you know, I know you want to add to just the 1 title. Could this be your year?
Maybe, you know, you never know. I must be lucky here, though, so that, you know, I'll carry that forward and go on to my next game, you know. But I mean, how can you not enjoy this crowd, this venue, these people, this format? It's magic, you know. I mean, you won't experience this anywhere else in the world in a dart player's perspective.
Well done tonight, really good performance.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, very comfortable up there, didn't he, James Wade? Saying thanks to everybody. 16-11 victory over Mensa Suljovic into the semi-finals, where he'll take on either Taylor or Chisnell. That match coming next. What did you make of Wade's performance?
I thought he was very, very good. I thought Mensa was excellent. I really did. His doubling was superb. There was nearly 130 scores of, well, 3-figure scores. It was a quality contest. Everyone's getting kind of... They don't like watching Mensa because he's not as quick as others. Look, we can't all be quick. Styles make good matches, and that, for me, it was a quality contest. It really was.
I think we were expecting more of a grind, weren't we? And it didn't turn out to be that way.
Well, no, not at all. Going back to the Gary Anderson game, it was because one man was getting frustrated. You're thinking, how slow is Mensa Suljovic? Not really. I think Mensa was slightly quicker during the James Wade game because he was playing slightly better. There was a phase of play there where he hardly missed, and like I said, his double hitting was what we expected from James Wade, but it was the other way around. The scoring from both was good. James just had that little bit of quality.
Good solid start to the evening. Now it gets even better. Taylor against Chisnell. It's hard to pick a winner, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. The thing that's kind of swayed me right now, Phil Taylor out in the behind the stage, he's so relaxed. He's just having a bit of fun with everyone, having a practice. Rarely have I seen him focused but relaxed.
Was he practicing on double 16 by any chance?
Well, I did say to his right hand man, is he worn out the double 16? He went, no, that's later. Good answer.
Chisnell v